Just like that, Kathy Engelbert, the WNBA, the team owners, the Players Association, in the split of an instance, all of it can change. In a split instance, all of it can change. If this injury does anything, it should be a wake-up call to the WNBA.
The WNBA just lost their biggest star, and they've got no one to blame but themselves. Caitlin Clark is out for at least 2 weeks with a left quad strain, the first non-preseason game she's missed since her sophomore year of college.
Caitlin Clark will miss at least the next 2 weeks with a left quad strain. The Fever are currently 2-2 on the year. Clark has started all 4 games so far and is averaging 19 points, 9.3 assists, and 6 boards per game. The Fever said more updates will be provided after doctors reevaluate her.
But here's what's really frustrating. This injury might be linked to quad tightness Caitlin had in preseason that was never properly handled. Was she playing hurt all along while taking cheap shots from dirty players and getting no protection from the refs? The timing couldn't be worse, and now the league is in full panic mode. Let's wish Caitlin a fast recovery. Drop a get well soon CC in the comments below. Let's go.
The Players Association, the team owners, that just like that, all this fanfare, all this interest, all this newfound attention on the league can disappear overnight. Caitlin Clark's out 2 weeks.
Was Caitlin Clark playing on an injured leg this whole time while everyone just looked the other way? The signs are starting to add up, and it's beyond frustrating. During the May 24th game against the Liberty, something was clearly off. Her shots kept falling short, and she didn't have that usual explosive power on her deep threes. But the biggest red flag? Cameras caught her using a heat pack on her leg during the game. You don't need to be a doctor to know that means she was already playing through pain.
There is literally footage of Caitlin Clark putting heat compression towards her leg. There is literally footage of her putting heat packs on her leg. There is new footage of her heating up her quad when she's playing.
Coach Stephanie White admitted after the MRI results came back that she didn't even know when Caitlin Clark got hurt. Let that sink in. The team didn't realize how serious it was until Clark said something after the game. White even said, "I'm glad that she did because we need to nip this in the bud," referring to Clark finally speaking up. That tells you everything. Caitlin was hiding the pain, pushing through it in silence.
I'm at the game. Caitlin Clark does not look right on the sideline. Caitlin Clark is coming out. She has heat compression on her quad. She was playing injured. And ironically, that is probably the best case scenario. That is probably the best thing. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's a bad thing. And trust me on this, it is probably the best case scenario that she's been actually playing through this and she was able to play through this fine.
Let's be real about what happened. This wasn't some freak accident during the Liberty game. Clark missed the Fever's preseason opener because of tightness in her left quad. Now she's sidelined with another quad injury in the same leg. The team claims this new injury is unrelated, but let's be honest, when the same muscle gives out twice in one season, that's not a coincidence. That's a pattern.
Maybe this will be the wake-up call that the NBA needs to clean up the officiating, to actually show that they appreciate this golden goose that has landed in their lap that goes by the name of Caitlin Clark. It's been so long where we've just seen this girl getting beat up in games. We see her get grabbed, hacked, bumped into, knocked on the floor. There's never any whistles from her.
Here's what makes this even more frustrating. Caitlin Clark has been getting hammered by physical play for 2 straight years. From her rookie season through the start of this year, defenders have been allowed to grab her, bump her off screens, and hit her with hard fouls, all with barely any consequences. Game after game, she's taking contact that would draw whistles for other players. The targeting has been obvious, and the refs have done nothing to protect the league's biggest star.
What was that play? Oh my God, this is rigged. This is rigged. She got yanked, fell on her hip. That's a hack!
Coach White's comment about great players hiding injuries hits the nail on the head. Clark felt the pressure to keep playing through whatever discomfort she was feeling. She probably thought she could power through it like she always has, but this time, her body said no. The harsh truth? Caitlin Clark has been playing hurt, all while getting pounded by defenders who knew the refs wouldn't step in to protect her.
The league is still resentful of her, it's still jealous of her, and it's still trying to put her in her place and give her nothing, make her earn something that she already earned last year when she put this league on the national map. For the first time ever, it was really, really and truly on the national map.
This injury was completely preventable with proper rest after her preseason strain, better officiating to stop the targeting, and medical staff recognizing the warning signs. This could have been avoided. Instead, everyone looked the other way while the body of the league's most important player broke down. Now the WNBA is living its worst nightmare, and their immediate panic response says it all. They've built everything around one player, and they know it.
Caitlin Clark, somebody who was responsible for 26.5% of all WNBA economic activity last season, including revenue from merchandise, ticket sales, and television, is out for a minimum of 2 weeks. Minimum of 2 weeks, more like 4 to 6 weeks. Minimum of 2 weeks, because remember, that's when she gets reevaluated. More like 4 to 6 weeks.
Within hours of the injury announcement, the WNBA's worst nightmare became reality. League executives who had been riding the wave of Caitlin Clark's popularity were suddenly staring down the possibility of empty arenas and crashing TV ratings. The panic was instant and obvious. Teams that had bet big on Clark's star power were now facing the threat of major financial losses, as one insider put it. "I'm already seeing people saying, I'm taking a break."
He said, I'm already seeing people saying, I'm taking a break. I'm already seeing people say, I'll be back in a little bit. These numbers are going to go down. The owners are going to walk into those negotiation rooms feeling themselves. Shout out to Beyonce. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling my... Again, they're lucky this is only a rumored 2 to 4 weeks. Because if the news was the season, people would tune out 100%.
The Washington Mystics had already moved their upcoming game against the Fever to a larger venue in Baltimore, counting on the massive crowds that follow Caitlin Clark everywhere now. They're dealing with refund requests from fans who bought tickets just to see her. You know what's embarrassing? Having to explain to those disappointed fans that the only reason they upgraded venues was for one player, and now, she's not even coming.
There is one thing, no doubt, that's about to happen. The WNBA teams that moved their games, this is about to be catastrophic for them. And it's kind of funny.
The Chicago Sky made an even bigger bet, moving their Fever matchup to the United Center, home of the Chicago Bulls. This huge arena upgrade was meant to show off the league's growth and popularity. Instead, it's shaping up to be a potential disaster with thousands of empty seats. Imagine the damage to the league's image if the United Center looks nearly empty during a nationally televised game. That kind of embarrassment can set a league back years.
Yep, that's the Baltimore game. I believe that's about a 15,000 seat arena situation. This one's at the United Center in Chicago. Good luck getting anybody there. Seriously.
Here's what should scare WNBA executives the most. Their entire revenue model depends on a 23-year-old player. The May game between the Fever and Sky set a record as the most-watched WNBA broadcast in ESPN's history, pulling in 2.7 million viewers and peaking at 3.1 million. Those numbers didn't happen because people love the league, they happened because people want to watch Caitlin Clark. CBS Sports and other broadcasters are already preparing for a huge ratings drop. Advertisers who paid top dollar for Clark's games are likely having some tough talks with their media buyers right now. The league built its entire marketing strategy around one player, and now that player is hurt.
Will this be the wake-up call the WNBA needs? Caitlin Clark is out for at least 2 weeks. Now we are going to see what you guys, not just the Indiana Fever, we're going to see what type of numbers this league can turn over without her.
Attendance projections for the Fever's upcoming road games reveal the harsh truth. Without Caitlin Clark, these games drop from must-see events to just typical WNBA matchups with smaller crowds. Teams that planned special promotions and expected sellouts are now facing half-empty arenas and disappointed fans. The WNBA just learned they built their house on sand, and now it's falling apart. After 26 years, they finally found their superstar, but their failure to protect her is costing them everything. Behind the scenes, the financial scramble shows just how much they rely on Clark's star power. But while League execs panic over money, something even uglier was unfolding online as news of her injury spread.